No. Nope. No cats. How's everybody doing today? Great day to be here, even though it was a horrible day in the markets. I just wanted to talk about a few things, and I'm going to be posting videos. I'm going to post less videos tomorrow. What's going on with this? My camera's being weird. My other camera, not this camera. But there was a lot of things going on. Let me go ahead and check what the chats are saying, if there's any. But it was a very interesting day. A lot of things that happened. There's 4 people that are watching. Make sure you hit that like button. 6 people that are watching, 5 likes. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody that's in here. Anybody that is in here. It's starting to lag here. Got 7 likes and 7 viewers. 9 likes and 9 viewers. That's awesome. 12 viewers, 10 likes. Lots of people are just impatient. Yeah, I definitely see that. A lot of people are impatient, and they're questioning the fact of why a lot of things are going down. The markets just look really, really down today, right? But Matt, thanks for all the hard work. Yeah, I mean, anytime. I love recording. I love talking to you guys. So yeah, crazy day in the markets. Yes. I'm in on AMC at $10.46 a share. Am I in trouble? I don't think you are. $10.46. That's right in the zone that I feel like where the worth is. $10 to $15. Paper hands, paper nuts. Okay. Perfect. PNIS to the moon. What's PNIS? Is it shorted? Heavily shorted? I feel like that's not a thing. PNI? Maybe it's nothing. Are you buying more Tesla? That's very interesting to me, because I ended up buying some ZOM today, or Zome, whatever you want to call it, instead of buying Tesla. But I seen it at $600, and I was like, it hurts me, because with Tesla, I would love to be able to buy at that $600 mark and let it sit. That would be amazing. I think that would be more of a, not long-term play, but longer-term play than what I'm used to. A couple of months holding on to that, or whenever it gets up to 800, that's when I would sell, gaining $200 worth each share that you own. That's a really good gain for really no work. It's not something you really have to worry about with Tesla. They grow at a massive scale very quickly. You can see from this $600 mark, they grew up to $120. They could grow up very fast, very easily. Got you. PNIS. Got you. Is going up hard. That's funny. I got in at $7.78, holding 1,000 shares. That's really good. The guys are trolling you. Yeah, that's fine. What's my handicap at? Why is that funny? My handicap would, I don't know. It was a 15 if you're talking about golf, unless you're talking about something else. I bought in higher. I'm considering lowering my cost basis. We agree on this. Yeah, I definitely feel like lowering your cost basis is the best bet. I would love to be able to lower my cost basis. I just feel like I keep buying into AMC with different platforms, and I want to buy into different shares. But right now I'm holding Rocket, holding AMC, and holding ZOM. ZOM is going to be more of a long-term play with a low market value or low buy-in price. It wasn't something where I wanted 1,000 or so shares. I feel like you can easily double your money with something like ZOM in the next couple of months. It looks like a really promising move. So that's something that I'm going to hold on to for a lower amount of shares, nothing too huge. But obviously I'm holding a lot of Rocket and a lot of AMC, because I expected Rocket to go up a little bit more. So yeah. But the markets were red. I mean, it was just really bad. For Rocket, like I said, I would have loved to lower my cost basis. No way did I think that it was going to go down to 26. Thought it was going to hover around that $30 mark, especially since it usually will hover above where it started in the first place. That's why, come on guys, stop. Yeah, so it's definitely looking, it's looking weird today, you know, with all the negativity. We need to see some positivity, some volume, some green here. We really haven't seen any green. So in the after hours market, you could see GME is green off and on, green and red. AMC is back down 2% to basically $7.83, right below $8. We did kick above $8, close to $8.50 a couple of times, but yeah, it wasn't really something that happened because the market was really down. So if you're a 15, that's good, but I would guess you have some slice issues. Well, I'm right-handed, so yes, I would say I did. It's off and on for me, only really with my driver, but my 2-iron's usually good, and sometimes I'll shank some shots off of the hosel when it comes to like my short irons, because you know the out to in swing rather than in to out. I would love to have an in to out swing, but it's just for some reason it's natural to be out to in. But that may go over some people's head that don't play golf. So I work on it though in my simulator though. AMC borrow fee is 10%. That's good. I did see that it was going up. I seen it at 9 point something percent earlier. I think it was 9%. Might have been 9.9. I'm not 100% sure, but it was up there, and it continues to grow. That's a good thing, right? But we still need the volume in order to push it. Being able to see the borrow fee being that high is definitely good. What's crazy is the one time I just wanted to check to see what Webull said about it, and the borrow fee for Rocket was ridiculous the one time, but that was yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Did he already cover Tesla? I did cover Tesla. I said that that it would have been great to get in there. I bought into ZOM somewhere around the middle of the day, so I didn't buy into Tesla, but it was definitely at a great buy at $600. I would have loved to sit in there and let it and just hold it. You know, it's valued at a lot more than that. So, and I understand that people think that it's not as valuable, but with the amount of people that are holding, these cats are going ridiculous behind me. But the amount of people that are holding is, you know, it's really good for the company. The amount of people that are kind of like that cult-like following is really good. What do you think about OCGN? The problem is that everything was down. You can't really gauge exactly what it's doing because the overall market is down. What is up with you, Daisy? I don't understand. What is going on with you? You're just chasing your own shadow. I don't know. She's going crazy back there. I don't know what her problem is, man. No, but I was spending obviously a lot of my time just reviewing exactly what was going on, and it was a lot to handle. All right, we got 132 people in here. Please hit that like button if you could. Get it up to 50 likes. That would be amazing. Daisy out here wilding. Yes, she is. She's definitely wild. Good idea to buy on the market now. Yeah, I mean, you look at all the low prices you see here. You know, Rocket's really low, right? It's down in that $26, $25 mark, which I would have loved to get in there, but obviously I'm holding at 33, at which I could lower my cost average, but I would have to deposit in more money, which may take some time. Could also use margin, but I'm not going to go into margin. She saw the market and she got scared. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, GME doesn't look that bad. It looks really good. It had that large jump all the way up to $147, which I didn't see. So it didn't really look that bad. I swear I'll make sure I post less videos tomorrow. I feel like I posted way too many videos today. Wanted to get out some things about Webull. It looked like Webull was really pushing AMC, which is technically a good thing, because if they're buying it and then you're buying it, it's not just a like just them giving you a stock. It's you buying it as well. That transferring, them being the middleman like they usually are, and transferring basically creates that buy, simulates a buy where the stock price will go up. So the amount of people that are getting free stocks here will drive the stock price up with AMC. You think AMC is hitting 15 plus with Texas and other states opening up? It's definitely a possibility. If we see the overall market continue to be down, then obviously no. But I can say that we do see there's a lot of uncertainty exactly what the price will be. But if we have a lot of people that continue to buy into it based on the fact that they know the news that they're opening up, movie theaters are starting to show a lot of new pictures. We have Marvel movies, whatever movies that are out there. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be something that can push up to that $15 mark. I would say that we can see something of, a gain to $12. I would like to start there rather than jumping up to $15, but it will take some time. But it really just all depends here. Your subscribers need to call for you to connect with Trey, Matt, and Bruce, like many of the others did with those guys in the live stream. I mean, I could contact them, and I respond to all of them, talk to all of them, so I could contact them and do that. But I feel like I don't want to commit to that time, and sometimes I just don't have as much time as they may have. If some people don't have jobs like 9 to 5 like I do, I'm committed to my job. So I could tell you that it's very difficult for me to do that and commit to a time when I know I have a lot of stuff to do. The only time I can commit to a time is if I, obviously upload stuff or have something to get done when it comes to editing or something like that. So it's very tough for me to do that. I'm okay with, whoever shows up to my stream. It doesn't really need to be something that has to be, crazy. I have so many sources of income, it's okay. And I do like generating more income, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing. And getting more views, more people engaged and all that stuff. But, it's not something that needs to happen. I like, if I had, a smaller amount of viewers, obviously I would like to have a couple of more viewers, somewhere around maybe 1,000, 2,000, right? That's usually manageable to where I can read as many chats as I can. And, yes, I'm a Pisces, but you know that. So the funny thing is, I actually created NFTs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with NFTs. I created NFTs because I thought they were interesting. And what I want to do with that, one, I want to create a join button on my channel so that we can do like members only live streams or something like that, and also do like I don't know, top 5 stocks that I have to offer, have these conversations. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I have all of it set up. I just haven't, basically like nailed out all of the details. But yeah, I just created some NFTs to where I would like to make people like stakeholders, to where we can have like shareholder meetings and Zoom meetings with all the people that have NFTs. That would be absolutely phenomenal. And then, have those meetings, be able to talk over Zoom, maybe sometime in the near future, like find a way to meet in person if I'm ever like in certain states or whatever. It would be awesome to be able to have those conversations. But I created some NFTs. If you go in the link in the description, I created some NFTs, 2 of them, just really quick. It wasn't something that I wanted to make like crazy official. But I did create these NFTs. It was definitely fun to be able to do this. So like, wait, let me bring up something. I think I have, let me see. So basically in this description here, let's go back to here. So in this description here, I put it in my Tesla description, and I have like shop Matthew Perry's NFTs. This is just something that I quickly created just because it was pretty fun to do. So if you go here, you're going to be able to see. I have it in this description too. You'll be able to see 2 NFTs that I created just for fun. And I have this one. Let's see if we could play something. Maybe you guys can hear it. I don't know. Let me change this. Desktop audio. Let me see if you guys can hear this. Not familiar with day trading and you want to learn about day trading, this is a great book here. And I have it in my throw up. Yeah, see, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Do you guys hear that? I can give a recap on it. Give me a second. Right now, AMC is sitting at 777. You guys can hear it? All right, that's good. Perfect. Let me remute it. But yeah, I created some NFTs. If you want to check those out, go down in the description. But yes, AMC is tanking. Right now, you really can't say too much about it. I mean, it's not really following any type of real patterns. The market is just completely down. You do see these rapid increases out of nowhere for AMC and GME and costs, and also Rocket as well. But it seemed like things were starting off on a on more of a push. You know, it was green, everything was really green, and then all of a sudden started to tank for everything. Tesla, Rocket, everything started to tank. You can see AMC started out with red, actually. That was probably the only one that I seen started out red. Maybe a 5-minute chart is not that great. It started out red and then had a pretty decent growth over like the later half of the day, but then obviously decreased as well. So it just wasn't a good day overall for everybody. For me, for anybody, I didn't really want to pay attention to it because of the fact that all of this was really going downhill, right? Bro, continue down the NFT rabbit hole. What? You have a number of puts on 14, 12, and 8. What do you think? Would you like to join a day trading, swing trading Discord that you lead? Yeah, I think I would love to be able to create something like that, and that's going to be something that's like next on the cards. I'm not sure if I want to update the join button and add some videos out there that will be like steps to day trading and swing trading. I know I'm really just getting 100% comfortable with reading news because I've been a person that really didn't care about news too much. Because day trading, you really don't have to care about news. Sometimes swing trading, you don't have to care about news. But with a lot of the more meme or popular stocks that we're seeing right now that are being pushed by wallstreetbets or any other forum that's out there, it's very difficult to be able to get in without any type of news. So it's definitely a learning curve when it comes to news for me to see how that does affect it, because like I said, it was something that I really didn't care about. But I would like to create something like that, some sort of Discord group or whatever, in order to talk to you guys and get your ideas as well, because sometimes I don't see things. I can't see everything. If I'm focused on one type of position or one type of screener, you may have a different form of, looking at all this stuff and being able to navigate through a lot of those stocks, a lot of those high growth stocks, Volume is one of the main keys to buying or selling. Volume is one of the main keys to buying or selling. I don't know where you're getting at there, but yes, volume is definitely one of the big keys to see whether you can You can have them move in a day trade or a swing trade, yes, but I'm not sure where you're actually coming from by saying that. But whether you want to buy, you want to see the volume that's there. We're not seeing a ton of volume. For AMC, it's higher than it was yesterday, being at 76 million versus where it was, I think it was like 50 million. So it was way less than, half of what this 147 million is. GME actually had pretty good volume. It's very close to what the average volume is. That's why you've seen it push up a lot, got up to basically that 150 mark. And I mean, that's huge growth. And I said it before, and I know people don't like me saying it. I think on my video that I did for GameStop, it got like 50% like to dislike ratio. It wasn't really great because people don't like me saying, day trade GameStop, but they're set up for it. It's definitely set up for it. You can see it at 120 all the way up to 147. Come on now, that's a crazy day trade. And that's exactly what a lot of people are doing, not because of what I said, but because of what they see in the position. So if you're going to see this position or you're going to hold on to it or whatever you're going to do, you're going to see a lot of chances to gain a lot, some sort of income or some sort of revenue here by, trading, right? I'm paying to join Harry's private stock Discord. That would be great. All right, I will set some things up, but I will take my time to see exactly what's going to be held in it and what I can offer there, because I don't want to offer something or have a group out there to where I can't put 100% of my time to it. I really want to be able to do that, and I thought that creating some NFTs would be fun, because then it creates that that more like stakeholder look to it, to where people have, kind of say what we talk about, different topics that we have in videos or live streams, what we could talk about as well. I feel like that would be a great way to benefit from the channel for you guys and for me. So yeah, GME is very risky. I wouldn't say it's too risky, because you can see a lot of the positivity if you could find a way to get in when it is making those large moves, because you see these large moves, they're definitely readable. You can read that and continue on the way up. And it did not have a single red candlestick. So seeing that, it was not something to where you would say, oh, you know what, it's pulling back, let me go ahead and sell here, let me sell here. No, you have a number of chances in order to drive that price up. This would have been a really great day trading opportunity just right here alone. And if you would have figured that out on this candlestick or this candlestick, these candlesticks are kind of not really telling me that it's going to continue on the way up. So I would have had to wait until I got to about this point and then maybe gain $17 on the way up or so, maybe even less than that. You guys think it will be, do you think it will be Green Day tomorrow? It's hard to say. I would think that we're going to see a comeback from here. What AMC is actually doing is continuing to go down, which is hard to take in. Continuing to go down. You do see this rally here, which shows that it does have the buying power. It's just people are seeing a red day and they don't want to buy in. Once people do see that the overall market is red, they'd rather sit on it or sell than anything else, and they won't end up buying in because they don't know how low it's going to be. So this is why you continue to see the volume lower than what it is, or else we probably would have seen a larger pop at the end of the day. If the volume didn't go down in the beginning, we would have seen a crazy large pop, because the way people react to the market, just like I reacted, besides buying into ZOM, I didn't want to buy anything that felt like it was going to continue to go down. Like I wanted to buy more shares of Rocket to basically lower my cost average, but I decided not to do it because I felt like it was going to continue to go down. Ended up going down to 25, and I should have actually did something there, but I'll have to, put more money into the market and then, lower my cost average by doing that. I only have 200 shares, so if I invest in a lot more, you can see that price skyrocket. I got into SLGG at $8.40 and held all the way from $6.50 dip to $9.50. That was stressful. Yeah, I 100%. Those things are very stressful. If you worry about it too much, then obviously you may have too many or too much money invested into that position or into the stock market in general. But yeah, these dips that you see, they tend to be very stressful. You know, you start to think, and it's like, what if it goes down to zero? Like even if you are okay with losing that money, you still look at it and go, well, what if it does go down to zero? You know, I basically lost this much money, and that goes on my portfolio, which means that I have to make up so much in order to break even or even make some money there. So it ends up being very stressful. I totally understand where you come from and where you're coming from now. Just think about how I feel with everything that happened with GameStop. GameStop wasn't a huge loss for me, but it was something that was a pretty decent loss. And seeing that go up maybe like 3 days later definitely hurt me a little bit because the overall thought was like, hey, you can make more money with other positions as you go along, but that didn't happen. I started focusing on GameStop in different positions to swing trade rather than day trade. I think I did day trade Tesla a couple of times, but that would have been a great day trade today. You could have had a great move, or you could have swing traded that from $600 all the way up to, it's probably going to end up increasing tomorrow. It seems like it's hovering between that $600 mark and $700 mark, really pushing all the way up. And if you get from $600 up to $700, that's a $100 gain per share. It is a high price to pay because it's $600, but it's really reliable, right? AMC bearish and NASDAQ. It seemed like everything was bearish. Mr. Perry is back. The rebuy in AMC replenished the soul. Replenish the soul? I don't think so. Is there a way that I could check the SSR list tomorrow? Rather, what stocks are on the SSR list for tomorrow anyway? We can check the SSR and see. I just wanted to make sure. Well, AMC did hit 10% today, right? Of a decrease, right? It's 10%. I think it did, yeah. But it really, if we're looking for the SSR list and you're basically saying that that SSR list is going to help in any way, yes, it will limit the amount of people that can short it when it comes to retail traders. But what are you doing, cat? Get down. Get down. Come on. She's just staring at me. But yeah, when it comes to the SSR list, AMC hit 12%. It will be on the SSR. But it doesn't really affect what people can do there. A lot of the hedge funds, if they are looking to short it, right now this is an overall, downward market. Like it's dropping, right? Just because we obviously have a lot of institutions that may be selling their positions. Once people see that the stock market is down, just like I said before, people continue to either sell off or hold off from buying, which technically brings the market down. So it's just like restricting stocks by seeing a downward market. But for AMC being on the SSR list or anything else being on the SSR list, it's very difficult to think that's going to help out, because they can still short the position on the way up. And that's all they're going to really do, is they know that it's going to go up. They're going to short it on the way up to bring the stock price down. They just can't short it back on the way down. So every time they have that go up, they're going to short a bunch of shares. Every time they have that on the way back down, they're going to let it ride down until it ends up pulling back up. And when it does, they're going to short it again. That's really what's going to happen. So, if there are no short shares available, they could do like their naked shorting tactic. And you never really know exactly what they're doing. But all we can do to help that is buy and hold. And that's exactly what a lot of people are doing. They're buying and they're holding. Some people are selling at higher and higher points if they can get in at these lower points. So some people, they actually got in at the low points and they're day trading all of these. I mean, I understand that it's only moving a small amount, moving basically $1. That's not a ton, but you can get a good deal out of that, moving from that 770 mark all the way up to 859. AMC is 10.2 10.28% in short interest. Is that a lot? I wouldn't say it's a huge amount. It's growing though. It was lower. And that's definitely something that's going to push them to squeeze. So if they're holding all of these short positions and they don't have high interest, then they can basically sit on it for a long period of time. But if they do have high interest, then they're being squeezed out of those positions by being forced to pay this interest, as long as they hold this position, right? So that's what really squeezes them out of their position. And the fact that we're holding and bringing that price up means that there's no way that it's gonna come back down to where they are. So they're gonna have to cover at whatever price they're at, which means they're buying into this position, which ultimately drives the price up again. So they know what they're doing with any naked shorts or any short laddering or over shorting of these stocks. But we hold a lot of the leverage as long as we can continue to hold. And this is not financial advice. This is merely just my opinion. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold for a long period of time, and then continue to watch it really. I would like to be able to make some moves by April though. Making moves by April would be perfect for me, just so that I can take whatever gains I do have and continue to put those in other plays. And I want to take it out of Fidelity. I would like to put it in Webull. MSI, good long-term or short-term? Yeah, I would definitely like to create a group. I know I have a very small group that I talk to people locally about, trading and investing and all that stuff. So Motorola, over the last couple of days, you could say that it was downhill, but that's because of the market. Let's see. So if we look at the 10,000 foot view, we can see a lot of volatility here. Brand new lows. So you're creating these new lows. It looks, the way that it looks, it looks like it's trying to hold at certain positions and then ends up dropping significantly. And you do see a massive increase here. Let me look at a 100,000 foot view. So it's definitely hard to give an analysis with a, kind of like a 30-second analysis here and what I think about it. But the ultimate view of it, right, is that it is long-term. The thing that I'm seeing is that it's very difficult for it to stay at its high points. It doesn't look like it's something that holds at those high points. It bows out and starts to, creep down in every single instance. And it's not something that I see that's going to be something that you would want to stay into for the long term. If you wanted to gain something significant in a short period of time, you definitely can. But with this crazy downturn, and maybe it's because of the market really, you want to see it hit its bottom and then make that turn. It looks like every case you see is going to make a turn with a wide range candlestick, which you do not see yet. In every case, you're going to see that and have that large increase. So you might want to wait it out. It might end up pulling a little bit lower based on history. It does pull basically back down to where, or close to it, where the previous low was, not too far off where the previous low was. It's only $2 here. So you might want to wait until that does pull back, because it looks like it might continue to pull back basically to where close to that previous low, if you're looking to get any type of short-term gain. But a long-term gain, I don't know if I would put my money into it. It does have a dividend though. That's always a great sign. I don't know how they're doing with paying that dividend or keeping up with that dividend. I haven't checked all that stuff out, but it does have a dividend, and I really like seeing any position with a dividend, because then you get paid something as you're holding the stock. Whether you see it as an increase right now or it's going to get back to 185, you're going to get paid out that dividend for the lifetime of you holding it. So anything that does have a dividend payout is something that's a plus in my book. I think it's more of a long-term play with the dividend, but you might want to pick your spot so that you have an overall gain when you sell it, because the purpose of owning a stock is to gain money from it. But if it has a dividend, it's still to gain money from it, but gain money on a quarterly or monthly basis. No problem, Brad. Check out Did you end up buying into Ricey today? No, I didn't. Actually, when I was trying to buy into it, I forgot that you can't buy anything on the OTC market for in Webull, so they wouldn't allow me to buy it on here, which I was going to put money in there and let it ride out long term. I'm not sure if Robinhood lets you do that, but I can definitely check on Robinhood. But it does seem like a long term play that I want to put, at least like $200 in and see how that grows. Something like that. But I would like to have it in this portfolio to have it as more of a swing trade rather than just a like crazy long-term investment. I could probably go over to Fidelity, see what happens over there, but we'll see. That's where a lot of my long-term investments are when it comes to my Roth IRA, both my children's 529 accounts, and my brother's investment account as well. Did you by any chance see AMC 1 minute chart? What's going on with the 1 minute chart? We have a certain pattern here. 1 minute chart from a faraway distance. What, like this cup and handle here? I mean, I don't really see, it's not really too much of, you would hope to see a lot more of a bump up, but a slight cup and handle, right? Looks interesting. But this just really gets me. This should have never happened here. This shouldn't have happened here, and it was manipulation 100%. Nobody's going to sell off as the price is going up that high. It had a firm stop here. So wait, let me check. I'll check RKT in a little bit. Doesn't look like it's doing too much right now. But yeah, I mean, looking at these last couple of days, they've been really disappointing. It has had a lot of volatility, so I do like that. But it's been really disappointing. Basically, slowly going down from that 950 mark. It did go back up from $7 up to 950, and then started to fall down even more. And then now it was down to 950 again, and now it's hovering around, 750 again, and now it's hovering around $7.83. So hopefully we can see some positivity tomorrow. We did have a push back up to $9. I just want to see something really good tomorrow. Sorry, not back up to $9, but close to $8.50. I tend to round up sometimes. He's looking in the wrong spot. Zoom out. He's missing it, unfortunately. Right there, aftermarket. 1 minute chart. What are we seeing in the aftermarket? RKT has a long wick to $43. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm really missing it. Has a long wick to $43. I don't see the long wick for RKT. Sorry, I only see it to $30. Maybe you're seeing it in a different chart, a different platform. Taking kids to the movies tomorrow. I would love to be able to go to the movies. The kids aren't old enough yet. I can't wait until that happens. Crazy volume on retro. What does that mean? Well, we could still see some crazy volume. That could be a lot of sell volume that we see. Most times when we do see volume, right, it does include a lot of sell volume, but buying power, outweighs the selling power unless they're partnering sells with shorts. Crazy volume. Wow, that is crazy volume. Basically 100 million versus average volume of 5 million. That's absolutely insane. You can see that it was probably one of the only ones in the stock market to increase in that 22%. It is decreasing at the moment by 5% from where it closed, but that's absolutely insane. That's why you see the increase in price. You can see all of the buying power that it does have here, a huge weight in buying power. or Webull is trash and can't keep up. I mean, sure. I mean, if you want to put it that way, I mean, I wouldn't put it, like that. But if you want to say that Webull can't keep up with what the long wicks are, then yeah, I mean, most of those long wicks are stop hunts. They hunt people out of their positions to see where people are looking to sell at. The only thing is that if they have limit orders up that high, I don't know how they have limit orders up that high. Webull isn't trash. I think Webull is really good. I like everything that they offer. It's crazy. This is why I was looking for a platform that does everything just like this, and I did not see that with anything else. All right, you can see the candle from RKT going up to $41 on Yahoo Finance. Yeah, going up that high is a stop hunt. The problem is that I don't know how we're even seeing it that high, because most people, you can't put a limit order in too high above what the current price is. It doesn't allow you to do that unless you had the limit there and then they sold people out at that point. But it doesn't make sense to go up that high. That might be some sort of a mistake. When are you going to put your wifey on? We want to meet the person who holds it all up. I don't know what that means. Like, as in she keeps me sane, or she holds up the household, or she allows me to do all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you go over to Perry Experience channel, you'll see her over there. I have a couple of podcasts with her. We used to do podcasts all the time. I would love to be able to do those. We actually watched one the other day, which I don't like watching myself, but it was definitely a great conversation. And maybe that made her think about it. But I would love to be able to have these conversations over there. And I told her I would love to be able to do one live. That would be phenomenal. But we would have to find a way to get a switcher so that we could switch it back and forth between cameras, so that you can see us and the screen, whatever we're talking about. That would be fun. But yeah, I'll think about that later, and hopefully she'll want to do something like that. My wife only cleans, watches the kids, and spends money. Well, sounds like you got to keep her. Stream Deck. What Stream Deck? Is that like a switcher or something? I have to look into all this stuff, because I wasn't streaming before this. I only streamed really video games. And if anybody plays video games, go over to the Perry Experience channel. I play over there. I haven't played over there in a while, but I will eventually get back to it. I quit telling my wife when I have huge gains. Yeah, me too. I tell her when I have huge losses, but I also I don't tell her really when I have huge gains. Sometimes I'll mention it, just because, like, if it was a day after I had a huge loss or a loss, then I'll tell her, hey, I made up this money, by the way. And she's like, oh, well, great. But that doesn't matter to her. Do you think a price of $20 for RKT is likely? I hope not, because if it is, I'm at $33, and that'll be a substantial drop, which, I mean, is not a huge problem, but I would like to see that continue to increase. Right now I'm sitting at basically $5,300 of market value versus my total cost of $6,760, down $1,400 based on that, which I didn't think it was going to go past $32, but who knew it was going to be a down market for the last couple of days. Without a down market, it would have been something really good with Rocket. It had a lot of potential, and there was a lot of different positions that had a lot of potential. I think this is all just a distraction from the fact that they have heavily shorted positions out there, and by manipulating the overall market makes people not want to get into it. You know what I mean? Not want to be into the market. Streaming is super fun. I love it. Yeah, I love it too. I've grown to really like it. The only thing I don't like is, obviously I need to stay to a topic, but I do like having the conversations. Conversations are fun. This is why I always, I'll talk to somebody about stocks and it'll develop into something else and all that other stuff. But yeah, it's fun to be able to have those conversations. And this is why I want to do that stakeholder thing with the NFTs that I have. So these NFTs that I know we have 600 people in here. If anybody is interested, I have some NFTs here. So if you go to my link in the description of this video, it says shop Matthew Perry's NFTs. You can go here and there are a couple of NFTs. I think they're pretty fun. I have no bids yet. I mean, I just really made it for fun. I would like to do something that's more in depth with multiple of those. So create something that's more of like a different level stakeholder or something like that. But this is just a quick NFTs that I created. They're nothing but fun. So yeah, I want to do a video on those because I would like to. You speak very well, Matthew. Love the channel. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. You know, I try and work on all that stuff. Wheat stocks. Everyone got high from. Everyone got high from it and forgot it. Yeah, I guess that makes total sense. What type of trading strategy do you use? Mainly, I use a bounce back strategy. So a lot of times you'll see me invest in these points. So I'm looking for it to come back to earth. So for something like, let's go to popular right now. Let's go to what GME was doing. So I'll look for it to come back to earth. So most likely when you have something that is, you know, this 15 moving average here or a 20 moving average or whatever, which they would call a simple moving average in other platforms as well, you could see this large increase here. And if I wanted to play my cards right there, I would end up pulling back and getting that pullback, knowing that it is going to come back to this 15 moving average. And really, I don't want it to come all the way back there. I'll mainly just try and gain $1 out of it. So moving $1 or $2 coming back to the 15 moving average is huge. So what I'll do is I'll short that position, gain my money as it starts to come down, as I start to see it have this huge red candlestick, ride it on the way down, take my profits at like $2 or so, and then go from there. The point is that you have to be disciplined with this strategy. There's a lot of times where I made the mistake recently that I was not disciplined and ended up didn't take a profit because I had the fear of missing out with GameStop and with Rocket. Even though Rocket, I believe, was going to be a long-term play anyways, I just saw the profits and was like, should I get out of here? I feel like it could go down, and I didn't remain disciplined. But that would be the trading strategy that I use, is that bounce back method. Really, you don't have to factor in much news with it. This is why a lot of times I don't talk about the news, because that bounce back strategy really works, especially in the beginning of the day where you see like these huge pushes. So this is it's still a 1 minute chart. If you see these huge pushes, like say with Rocket, it has a huge push here up to $30 and know that it's going to come back down. You short it, even though the basically fee to borrow is going to be pretty high. You short it and then bring that stock down, make some money, whether it's back to the 15 moving average or lower than that. If you see more potential, then you're good. So that's basically what I will do. It's a very simple strategy, but it does work more often than not. And then you'll see me do my more swing trading strategy, to where I'm looking for that ultimate low throughout the day. I'm looking for different patterns that I would see that it would follow, like this W formation. Seeing this and seeing it play out just like it did was absolutely phenomenal. And if I could have gotten in, I would have, but I seen a long-term play of ZOM as a better opportunity for me. So that's what I'm looking for with ZOM here. But yeah, my strategy is mainly the bounce back method, and I'll do a lot of swing trading. Long-term investing is not non-existent, but I don't do it as much. So hopefully that does help. So you support wallstreetbets for RKT. Like, yeah, everybody hit that like button. We have 655 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. People need to stop to listen to their feelings and emotions. Things will start rising Friday. Yeah, I think when you start trading with emotions, it ends up being very difficult. When you start saying, oh, you know what, I can't you know, afford losing this money or something like that, that's trading one with a very big emotion of fear. And trading with fear is the worst thing you could possibly do, because then you end up being more paper hands and trading at this lower level without any type of information, whether it is going to go up or not. And you're going to see those indications of it pulling back, or pushing back, whatever it does. But trading with emotions, especially with something that's why I stayed away from GameStop, but I do see that there is opportunities. I traded with emotions with Facebook a while back, a long time ago, and I would get in and then end up getting out, and you end up getting caught in this downward spiral of like, oh, well, it hit its low, I'm gonna get back in. Well, technically it didn't hit its low, and you're now at the halfway point between the high and the low, and now you need to find a way to either take your loss, accept your loss, and go on about your day, and then find a way to get into the low, or you're gonna let it ride down and then end up selling at the low anyways and see it riding up and end up buying at that same point that you bought before. So it's very difficult to trade with emotion. I hate seeing people trade with emotion. I hate seeing myself trade with emotion. And then I have to take a break from what I'm doing because I'll start to get frustrated and really get back into Facebook. I haven't gotten into Facebook since. There have been so many times to where I've seen them as a positive move and they didn't make the move until after, I was pretty much tired of holding on to the position. So what I did for, I believe, March of 2020, I bought into Facebook, or no, I sold my Facebook for a gain, which I was happy about, but I ended up seeing them dropping down and I was waiting for them to get to like 130 or something like that, but they didn't end up getting to my price that I wanted to buy in at. I would have been able to make all of the losses that I had with Facebook up because they drove up to like $200+. And that's where I was just like, you know what, trading with emotion is definitely not where it's at. I read it a bunch of times, but that kind of confirmed it. This cat wants this. I don't think the cat wants food. Well, they can always eat food, but they're losing weight, and I feel like they're in a great eating schedule. It's just they always want food. Carl just wants attention. Carl loves attention. The only thing is I would have him up on the desk, but he just steps on keys and it'll like close out stuff. How do you know when the dividends are paid monthly, quarterly, etc.? Where does it say that at? So I don't know where it says it on Webull. I know in Fidelity, you can actually see this on the screener. If you have a dividend screener, you can look at the payout, the expected payout, and it gives you the exact date of the payout every single month, if it is a monthly one, or it gives you the payout every quarter, if it's a quarterly one, or whatever. I know with Fidelity, it's very easy, but I'll have to get back to you on that with Webull. Most cases, it's going to be a quarterly payout. You don't really have too many that are monthly, but I know for something like a LTC Properties, Realty Income, SPHD, those are monthly paying dividends that you will get. I love dividend stocks or ETFs. I know the 19th is GME day. I just watched the video with your wifey. She's cool as hell. Good job, Matt. You seem happy, and I hope it's true. Yeah. She's a great woman. I love her so much. Yeah, and she does a lot for me. She supports everything with YouTube. Obviously, when she sees any paycheck that comes in, she'll support that, because then any spending habits that I do have, I also know that it could be a business write-off and we could pay less in taxes. So she totally trusts me in that case. But I love her a lot. What's your strategy to short a stock? What do you look for? So a lot of times I wouldn't like to see if it is heavily shorted, and that's something that I'm going to start to look into now, because if it is heavily shorted, then obviously you end up having a higher fee to borrow. Carl, no. And I don't want to get into that, but mainly what I look for is, one, the ability to short it. It can't be on the SSR list because I would like to short it on the way down. Carl, don't jump up here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go away. Nope. No. So yeah, I do like to see that it's not on the SSR list, to see that it is going down. Carl, we can't do this, man. Say hi to Carl. Oh, I told you not to jump up here, man. I told you not to. But yeah, I like to see that it's not on the SSR list. Bro, you're out here simping. I'm not simping. What am I simping for? How? But yeah, I think I think that what I look for is mainly the ability to end up shorting it on the downturn or the downtick. If I can short it, sometimes you're not allowed to short certain positions with certain platforms. I know with Webull it's very easy to be able to do so, but certain shorts are pretty simple. I know Webull makes it very easy. But yeah, I like to short on the downtick. It's not on the uptick. I would like to see it have those wide range red candlesticks to where it does have those large decreases. This is a great time to be able to short positions, but it's just so difficult to do that, because if it drops so far, then literally nothing is, you can short basically nothing, you know? So I have a certain strategy to short. I don't do it often because shorting is a lot more risky than buying. Like buying, you have a limit to how much you can lose, which is all your investment. For shorting, you can lose way more than your investment. If it skyrockets, and you can basically lose a lot of money. And there are people that have lost a lot of money that didn't know about shorts. So short Tesla if you have the stomach? No, I'm not going to short Tesla. I would not be caught in that. You have a cult-like following with them. They're not going to get it below a certain point. And yeah, you can short them. You can do that because it has been making moves downward, but it does look like it's going to make a great return. Like these stocks end up moving so much, and that's why I love to trade them or day trade them or swing trade them, is because you gain so much money from them because they move so much. Can you please do an example of what you would do with options regarding GME? For day trading, because if you're talking about options, I'm not a great fan. I'm not a fan of options. I'm not a person that can go into detail about actual options. Why don't I have donation easily accessible to us? What? It should be. I don't know what you're talking about. It should be right at the bottom. I don't know what that means. Is there an easier way to put in donations? But yeah, one way, if I was looking to basically day trade GME, right? This is basically the instance. Now, GME today would have been a little bit tough to gain a ton from it. But if you're only looking to gain $1, like say you have a bunch of money, right? If you're only looking to gain $1, which would be 100 shares, or $200, and get 1,000 shares, or whatever you wanted to do there. Basically, what I would do is, let's say I have enough for 100 shares. I would wait to see what's happening in the morning. The morning's always the best time to see any type of reaction. Wait for what happens in the morning, see what that bottom actually is, and then get into this position somewhere around the second tick. Somewhere around that second tick, I would end up gaining a little bit of money from it. And it would be probably towards the bottom of the second tick, get in at 117, and then literally end up pulling all the way up to here to where I see that $1 gain or $2 gain. But you always set, if you look for $1 gain and you look for a little bit more, you set your stop loss at $1 after it gets above that gain. And then all you have to do is wait it out. And if it comes back down, it'll stop you out and you gain $100. It's very simple. And that's the best way to be disciplined. The thing about this is that it was so volatile that no matter what, if you set your stop loss at where your break even point is, you would get stopped out very quick. It would literally be up there. You get stopped out and then you would have a zero gain, or you would have a $20 loss if you're looking for 20 cents. But as you start to move up, you can continue. If you wanted to just hold on to it and let it grow, this is where it ends up being tough to see if that's actually at the bottom. For me, I would just take the $100 gain and move on about my day. But if I was looking to gain a little bit more, I would continue to day trade them as I start to see them have this massive increase like this. I would get in at this point. It's very difficult to see that they would get in at this point, but seeing these indicators here of the 200 moving average getting close to the 15 moving average about to cross over means that it's going to predict an uptrend. So that's where I would get in with the potential of gaining another $100 or more. And if it ends up pulling back, if it ends up doing what it did here, instead of going up and crossing over, it ends up pulling back, I lost $20, but I'm still up $80 from the first point. So then I would basically get in at that point and let it drive up, maybe gain another $2 there, and sell with a $200 gain. So ultimately I would have either a $300 gain totally, or I would have an $80 gain with basically a $20 loss there. So it would be 100 from the beginning and a $20 loss if it did pull back. So you would see me get into it multiple times, but right now, obviously, I think I'm out of day trades at this point. Or I have one more day trade at this point, which I'm holding a lot of positions in Rocket and AMC, which I would like to be able to move all the money that's over from Fidelity over here, and then any YouTube money, obviously, I bring over here as well. So, are you following GME right now? Yeah, I'm following exactly what they're doing because I like to see them at this price point because they move a lot. It is dropping down to 126 from where it closed at 132, but that's a given. I mean, the stock market is down. I mean, it's not something that's looking to increase across the board. It's decreasing everywhere. And yeah. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Expand help. And health. Sorry, I read that wrong. I cannot see. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And the super sticker. That's awesome. Is that a Shiba Inu? That's my dog right there. That's Emmy. We talked to Andrew Bishop. Shreefity is for how cool your wifey and doggies are. I only have one dog, but thank you. Like I said, I love my wife and I love my dog. I don't even know where she is. I think she's upstairs. I was playing with her earlier, chasing her around. And then she'll like run behind me and then start chasing me even though I was chasing her. So we have 631 people in here. If you could hit that like button. I really just wanted to go through exactly what was happening today and what I see in different positions and also have a conversation. I really didn't expect this to go this long. How many day trades are you allowed? So if you have less than $25,000 in your account, you're only allowed 3 per week. So that's not that bad. But the problem is that if you end up being disciplined, let's say in one day, if you want to make 5 trades and be disciplined, right? So you make those 5 trades, you want to make $100. You end up losing $20 on the first one. Okay, you got stopped out. You end up getting back in, losing $20 on the second one. Okay, you get stopped out. You end up getting back in, losing on the third one. Then you get stopped out again. Now you lost a total of $60. But then you get into the last time, well, not the last time, but let's say the 4th time. You invest into the position, looking to gain $100. You do gain $100. Technically, you gain $40 out of the whole day. So you're up $40 in trading. But you couldn't do that if you didn't have more than $25,000 in your account. You would be labeled as a pattern day trader. Yeah, for Webull, they do it differently. So anything that's, you have basically 3 trades here. Anything more than 3 trades in 5 business days. If you make 4 or more day trades within 5 business days, you'll be flagged as a pattern day trader. As a pattern day trader, you must maintain a minimum of equity of $25,000 to be eligible for day trades. So you have to have $25,000 total in your account, whether that's in equities or not. But yeah. Are puts the play for tomorrow? I don't know. That's an option move that I'm not 100% familiar with. I don't want to talk on something that I don't know about. If you can't day trade, you may be better off trading options. I guess that makes sense, but you can also, like, it's not about the fact that I physically can't day trade here. I still have 1 day trade left that I could do this week. So tomorrow, if I wanted to do a day trade, I can still do it. But one, I put everything that I had left in ZOM. I think I have a couple dollars left, but everything that I had left in ZOM. and I do have margin that I can actually go off of, but I didn't feel like doing that. Pattern day trader, is that a bad thing? Yes. If you're a pattern day trader, they can actually freeze your account and stop you from trading, which is not a good thing. And they can close out your account as well, close out your positions and close out your account. So you just don't want that to happen. Investment firms have agreed to pay a combine of $2.4 billion to buy Hertz and take it out of bankruptcy by early to mid-summer. That's really good. What is Hertz doing? That's really good. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, and thank you for letting that be known. This is where I would love to create that community, because if people can get into like a Discord or get into a certain, I don't know, forum that I have, maybe a Reddit forum or whatever, then it would be great to be able to know all of this news. You know, different news around different prices. Not really too many penny stocks, because I'm not really a fan of penny stocks, which it could change a little bit if we start to see positivity with penny stocks. But that's good to know with this. You can keep an eye out for it and be able to get into it and hopefully see it grow. You know, that's what it's all about, is seeing that grow. I don't like this massive drop that you would see here. The fact that it did recover though halfway is a good deal. But yeah, I think that's definitely something that you keep an eye out on. If they're having that big of news, then you could see a massive increase with something like that. Keep seeing mention of March 19th as a special day for GameStop. Do you know of what's so special about March 19th? I think it has to do with something with options, but I'm not 100% sure. And all of the things that we've seen with options, I don't want to take as the truth. And I don't want to preach these things saying that March 19th is the day. Hold on to your shares until March 19th. I don't want to be that person. You know, I obviously want people to hold, right? I'm not in GameStop, and I still want people to hold as much as possible, because I feel like it is a valuable position. But if you can take your profits, take your profits. I'm not going to hold you back from taking your profits. Yeah, so I'm not going to be that person that comes out and says that. And I'm sorry if you want me to be that person, but it's tough to see something that hasn't played out any time that we've seen it. Everybody says, oh, March 19th is the option, or February, whatever is the day. And it never works out. And then people get their hopes up and then say, well, what happened today? Where's the volume? Well, it's because some variables were changed and it wasn't actually the day of March 19th. You know? It's just a way to get you to put 25K in your account. Yeah, well, pattern day trading, so it's not a way to get $25,000 in your account. Now, this is speculation to why they created the pattern day trader rule. But if you look at any type of thing that they want to tell you, when you talk about Warren Buffett or you talk about any investor out there, they want to make the stock market as predictable as possible, so that when they invest their big bucks into these long-term investments, they're very predictable. But if you have a bunch of day traders out there with thousands of dollars, rather than, you know, $25,000 or going in there with $100 trying to day trade different things, it makes the stock market very volatile for them. So they can't basically predict where the stock market is going to go if the stock market is volatile. So the reason why they're doing that is because they want to make more money. And if they can't find a way to make more money with these longer term investments, or these, let's say if they gain 5% on, you know, $5 billion that they have in there, they're going to gain a ton of money than us putting $100 in there and gaining 5%, right? They're keeping us poor while they're getting more rich, because they can predict the stock market. That's the reason why they do it. And it's speculation, but it seems to be true. In every case, they're looking to gain more money while we gain less money. So that's the reason. It's not because it's a way of getting you $25,000 in your account, because it's a standard procedure across the board, across all platforms. They just don't want everyday people that have less than $25,000 to day trade and make money, because you can day trade and make a decent amount of money if you are disciplined, if you learn the ebbs and flows of the market. So they're looking to basically get that upper, you know, hand on us. And I hated it for a long period of time. And I knew this right from the start, that everything that they do, they're looking to gain more money. If we're gaining 5%, they're gaining 5% as well, but it's a lot more. Hey, just started watching your channel every morning, last 2 or maybe 3 weeks now. Loving it. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for the super chat. Is it Carly? Carly. I'd say that's it. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad that you watch me. I'm glad that you like the channel. You're loving it. I appreciate all of the love that I get from everybody. If everybody would hit that like button, that would be amazing. You know, we got 600 people in here. You could hit the like button and get it up to 300. That would be great. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that comes through here. Thank you for sending the super chat. That means a lot to me. The game is rigged against us. No way. No way will the 10% that control the 88% of the market let us win. Yeah, it's 100%. The pattern day trading rule doesn't apply to cash accounts. I don't know why I keep hearing this. Did you have multiple accounts and day trade more? Yes. So if you have multiple accounts, like if you have money in Webull and in Fidelity and in Robinhood and all these, they're not all together. You don't get listed as a pattern day trader if they're all together because they're all separate accounts, right? But you can day trade in all those different accounts. The problem is that you have different tools with those accounts. If you fall in love with something that Webull has, it's very different than what Ally Bank has or than what Fidelity has. And it ends up being very difficult there. But I have to look that up. That pattern day trader rule doesn't apply to cash accounts as far as I know. I need to look into that because I thought that it applied to really any account that's out there, you know, trading stocks. If you have less than 25,000, you can't do it. I've been told that we're taxed and don't have this pattern day trader thing. It's mainly based on the brokerage account. So the brokerage account should be the one that's applying that. It's not the states. My day trading is 100% cash. How many times do you day trade? Do you day trade, is it I can't say that, Eluded gaming? How many times do you day trade? Pattern day trader rule doesn't apply to cash accounts. Wrong. It doesn't apply to margin accounts. You get charged a fee with certain margin accounts, right? Robinhood cash account doesn't let you. It does. Oh, it's trash. Day trader restriction. See, I'm getting mixed signals here, and it may be the form of different brokerage accounts, different platforms. But from what I understand, in anything, if you have less than $25,000 in your account, then you cannot day trade more than 3 times in a day. Some accounts will do less. I don't know if some accounts will do more, but from what I've seen, Fidelity and Webull is both 3. So I haven't been able to do it, and I haven't ever been labeled a pattern day trader because I always had more than 25,000 in my account. This is probably the first time where I'm actually transitioning and bringing money over from Fidelity. All the rest of it I tend to put into long-term investing accounts. Some of the other disposable income is in my bank account, but that's being used for this gym that we're creating here. All right, well, my kids are home. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I really just wanted to talk to you guys about a bunch of things. Remember, if you're interested in any of these NFTs, now what I'm gonna do with those, like I said, is you guys are gonna be basically stakeholders here. If you do purchase NFTs, it's gonna be better NFTs. I'm hoping to make I don't know, 13 of each, have like 3 levels, and then we'll do like Zoom calls and be able to talk about different stocks and stuff like that. That'll be really fun. But I got to develop that thing and see how the train gets rolling. But the NFTs are in the description if you want to check those out. They're pretty interesting. I thought they were fun to be able to create those, but I'll create some better ones, something that's very simple, something that looks a lot better. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull right now, because like I said in my other video, they are giving out free AMC shares. So up here, if you literally go up here and see, let's break down my stocks before we go. You can see, come on, where are my free stocks? No. Let me bring this up here. Give me a second. So yeah, you can literally see that I received free AMC shares. So if you want to get free AMC shares, hit that link down below in the description, sign up, deposit $100 and you'll get free stocks. I want to make this clear. Now you have to deposit $100 in order to get your free stocks. Somebody said I didn't make that clear enough in the video, so I had to say that. But AMC, you do get free shares there. And the more that we get our free stocks, the more that we continue to rise that price up. So that's pretty much it. Make sure you hit that like button, get it up to 300 likes. That would be amazing. But I'm going to get out of here and I'll see you guys in the stream tomorrow and a couple of videos tomorrow.